Hmm. Can you guys see me now? Okay. So, shall we start at the beginning? Because I already went through a whole bunch of this. That is so weird. I guess my tech problems? Hello, Tom. Let me go back to the beginning here with JR. Yes, we're going to stream on here for a while. And Freebird. Yeah. I think that's where my problem is. I mean, I know flies are attracted to shit and bees are attracted to honey. Maybe I'm using honey to attract flies. Maybe that's where I'm going. I was totally talking to myself for a while, Johnny. In technology. I hate it. Okay. Now, can you guys hear okay? No, Johnny, you know I don't do that. Okay. Going back to my first share screen. Saw this conversation with this psychology lady and Richard Grannon. Now, her story is she's from Dallas, Texas, moved away from her toxic family, and she moved to Colorado, where she claims all kinds of racisms. So it was very much, I don't know, for some reason her channel says freedom to fight, and I guess she did jujitsu for like a year or something, but she just had a very victim mentality kind of feel to her. So there was this really strange overlap where she tried to clip in this video of Richard talking about white people being racist. And the audio was like overlapping what he was talking about here. So I did make a comment to let her know, that was kind of strange. And what she did was, I guess she took it down and redid it and then uploaded it again, but it was still the same. So I wrote her a message on Instagram. Now, Johnny, Freebird, this is where I'm a little confused now. Because I thought I was pretty nice, personally. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong. I said, hey, I just saw your second video you put out with your discussion with Richard Grannon, and it seems that sound bite overlap is still there in the same spot. I thought your story was pretty interesting and fully support women who are dedicated to speaking the truth. Because in that conversation, she kept bringing it up. Oh, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. So I definitely support women who speak the truth. And I said, if you ever want to chat with a fellow black sheep of a super toxic family, let me know. I actually moved to College Station, Texas from Washington State to get away from my dysfunctional family. And it was the best thing I ever did. And she gave me a heart. So I guess she liked it. And then she said, thank you for notifying me. I'm going to work on that and reach back out. Technology has failed me again. So, Johnny, JR, Freebird, is there any vinegar there? I mean, I identified with parts of her story, minus the victim mentality stuff. But, okay. So no vinegar yet? So then she fixed it, I guess, and then uploaded another one. So then I did say, yeah, I really don't get technology myself. And it probably doesn't even matter to anyone but me. Y'all were talking about racism at that moment. I was wondering if your experience with these racists have the same ideological bent as the ones that I see at A&M that also push these diversity, inclusion, equity policies. I have quite a few clients I have lost the past 5 years or so that I would put in this racist category. University professors, all of them. She gave me another heart, but I thought I asked her a question. Maybe I didn't clarify my question. I mean, I was wondering if your experience with these racists have the same ideological bent. And she writes me back, thank you so much for telling me. All fixed. It took a bit, but I got it done. Thank you again. And then I asked her, so is there a reason you ignore my questions about your conversation and what you meant? And she saw it. And then this happened. I think she blocked me. Because I can no longer see her profile on Instagram. Hello, Hemi. It sounds okay? Okay, right there, what? Is there a reason you ignore? Aggressive. Really? That's it. Asking why she ignored my fucking question is aggressive. You know, I think for people who are used to dodging shit constantly, yeah, she only addressed the tech stuff. She didn't address a goddamn single other thing I wrote. It's because she did ignore it, Freebird. She did. You know, I have another conversation I'm going to share that I was actually going to share with her. So I did tag her in this, so hopefully she sees it. But well, hold on, let me share. She's actually Psychology Today profile. She's literally a licensed professional counselor. That's her damn job. Verified by Psychology Today. I can help clients of all ages and backgrounds navigate through trauma. Trauma is subjective, but it is known as any experience that is out of the normal realm of healthy life, such as abuse, neglect, addictions, etc. I treat my clients by way of narrative therapy and EMDR, eye movement desensitization, reprocessing, which is a therapy to decide blah blah. Is that fucking? I've seen people try to do that. EMDR. So individual session $150, couples $175, sliding scale, PayPal, Venmo. Doesn't take insurance. Verified by Psychology Today. Been practicing 3 years. She's from Texas. Her expertise: narcissistic personality disorder, substance use, trauma, and PTSD. Client focus: children 6 to 10, preteens, adults. Communities: lesbian allied, non-binary allied, queer allied, racial justice allied, transgender allied. Maybe, Tom. Take down her information so you can get some therapy, okay? But I want to show another conversation that I had with a woman that I've known for over 10 years. Because it was the same fucking outcome. Are you ready, Freebird? You guys remember when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died? Now, I blocked out everybody's name, but you can still see her profile picture wearing a fucking mask. When upon the news of RGB's passing, a former student calls you crying to say he wants to quit his job as a teacher because what's the point? And it had 21 sad face reactions on it. Yeah, there were a bunch of professor types, you know, talking about this shit. But I was like confused when upon the news of an old ass judge's passing, a former student calls this professor crying, saying he wants to quit his job because what's the point? I thought that was fucking weird. Like super weird. So I asked, after reading more, because people were saying stuff, and then she said, I appreciate these thoughts, I really do, but I have a hard time telling a young Black man from a disadvantaged background that his future is bright and that he should regroup. Not dissing y'all, but platitudes don't fix structural problems, and I can't lie, especially to people who are living this shit every day, even if as they are trying to fix it. And this guy's like, no platitudes, that's a real possibility, blah, 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 blah. I was like, so are you saying you don't have the confidence in him as an individual to achieve great things for his community? I'm confused why you're not encouraging someone you just spoke so highly of. And I'm seriously confused why one person dying has anything to do with what he can achieve. And then she writes, this student was the youngest Democratic precinct chair in Texas history. That he has lost hope is devastating. And then somebody else, I understand and know it's very similar, blah, 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 Democrat, blah, Biden, blah. And then I was like, if that's true, he sounds like a competent kid with a pretty bright future. Why is all hope for his future shattered because one person died? Like, I didn't get it. And guess what? This fucking university professor woman that has 3 sons herself and teaches at a university locally fucking blocked me for asking questions because I didn't fucking understand it. RGB passing changed the balance of power in SCOTUS. That was pretty big, but not a reason to quit your job. Sounds like some melodrama. Yes. I mean, this was a young black man calling his former professor in tears. Like, why in the fuck is that going on? That's weird. That's super weird. So, I'm going to give you guys the link to this right here. Because after this feminist coward fucking blocked me and wouldn't answer any of my fucking questions. I think Richard's right. If he did say he thinks it's going to take a couple 100 years for this racism problem to subside, I think probably. Because the most racist people that we have in our society are predominantly fucking black women. So they are highly narcissistic. And then we have a bunch of them providing therapy for other people. So I think it's bullshit. And Freedom to Fight podcast or whatever. I don't believe you that you've experienced so much racism. I think people that are used to preferential fucking treatment take normal treatment as bad. And you know what? I know you mentioned your dad in that little conversation. Your dad's a narcissist. So, I don't know. I think you're full of shit. And I don't think you're ever going to heal until you take some fucking responsibility for yourself and quit being a fucking coward. And if somebody actually offers to have a conversation with you about some shit you're complaining about, I think it's dumb to go hide and cower. So I wish you luck on your fucking psychology journey. Because you know what? You're in a field that's completely fucking up the rest of society. You guys lie through your fucking teeth. And maybe it was my mention of diversity, inclusion, equity policies, because it's probably how you actually got your degree, right? Did you get some money because you're a black woman to go to college? You know, that's completely fucking cut off here in Texas. Cut off. So you better do something good with your fucking privilege. And quit making society worse by lying. Because I don't fucking believe you that you're about telling the truth. I think you're about spinning the feminist narrative. And you cower away from actual truth. I didn't even fire back. I just asked some fucking questions about something she spent over an hour complaining about. And I was curious if the kind of racism she was talking about is the kind of racism that I've literally seen in my community. So these diversity, inclusion, equity policies are racist and sexist. But if she's a beneficiary of said policies, then she probably wouldn't want to talk about it. Which is unfortunate, because we need more honest women in our society to speak the truth. So, psychology chick, when you're ready to stop being a fucking coward, the invitation is open to have a conversation. Yeah, they always block. I've had a couple of people that I've known for over a decade block me because I asked them why they're being fucking racist. These are your highbrow, blah, 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 university professors. It's good for the economy. Take from the producers and give it to the non-producers who will spend it into the market. Who cares if society gets ROI or not? Yeah. Well, I know Bandit has something to talk about. And maybe we'll stream in a bit about it. Because he has some diversity inclusion training bullshit that he has to. Hello, Billy. When you point out behavior, they take it as a comment directed at their identity? Is that why she blocked me? Because I pointed out her ignoring behavior? I don't know. I'm going to send this to Bandit, though. See if he wants to join. Thought I did ask her a question nicely. All right, let's go back. I mean, she gave me fucking hearts. Y'all were talking about racism at that moment. I was wondering if your experience with these racists have the same ideological bent as the ones that I see at A&M that also push these diversity, inclusion, equity policies. How's that not nice? Give the benefit of the doubt. She may not have taken it as a question. She, for being a therapist who's like, people literally fucking pay her to listen, she didn't respond to anything I told her about myself. Do you think it's because I wasn't giving her money? Like, does she only like care about, identifying with people if she's getting paid? JR. I was curious about what she spent over an hour complaining about on her live stream in her conversation. That's what I was curious about. Well, I don't like racists at all, personally. And the most vile, disgusting racists that I've ever met personally are literally white women that think black people can't fucking do anything for themselves without their help. They think black people, quote unquote, need fucking sympathy and they need their hand held for everything. That's what they think of other people. I don't actually know anybody that hates anybody because they're black. I know a lot of women that fucking feel sorry for people because they're black and treat them differently because of that. They treat them like they're disabled. So I just wanted to know if that's the kind of racists she's run into. Because apparently she lives in Colorado and she says it's full of them. So I don't see how she's ever going to develop any kind of a healthy tribe dynamic. I mean, I know what it's like to move to a different fucking state and start completely over. And if you can't make connections with people in your community, then you're not going to be healthy. Because you're not going to have anybody in your tribe that actually is honest with you. So, all right, I'm going to end this. I might stream again with Bandit in a little bit if he gets back to me. We'll see you guys later, okay?